Today we're going to be talking about the 5 foundation mistakes that are making you look older. Stop doing that. If your foundation is cakey, if it's settling into lines, if it's pilling, if it's really just not looking good on your skin, you might be making one of these mistakes, and I'm going to show you how to fix it. As a certified makeup artist that works with mature skin, I see this all of the time. Some of these might surprise you. So mistake number 1 is not prepping the skin properly. It's very important that we have the right skincare underneath the foundation if we want it to wear well throughout the day. I'm somebody who likes a long wear foundation situation. I don't want to have to be touching up. I want to put it on and I want it to look amazing for the rest of the day. So how we prep our skin is going to be really important. If you're somebody who has to do your morning skincare routine and your makeup and be gone for the rest of the day, I recommend you doing the least amount of products to get you where you need to be. Less is going to be more with skincare. But if we're over 45, we need to make sure that we're using our actives and we have our anti-aging routine in place. So what I personally do, I will use some hydrating toners. These are going to really help your skin perform its best. If you have oily skin or dry skin, both are dehydrated. And toners are going to help hydrate the skin no matter which skin type you have. And it's going to help the skin stop being dry or oily. So we like some hydrating toners. And then I will usually use a vitamin C. And then I take a sunscreen. We never miss our sunscreen. But I like to use one that has hydrating ingredients and doubles as my moisturizer. This one that I used today is from Wise Beauty. This is Molly Sims line, and this is a Skin Glow SPF 30, and it's a primer as well. So this one, it is hydrating and it is glowy, but it also is meant to prep the skin. Now, some sunscreens are going to pill under foundation no matter what you do, but typically if you have pilling, you're not waiting long enough before applying the foundation. Which brings us to mistake number 2, not letting your skincare absorb before going in with your makeup. I recommend 15 minutes to really let that product set down on the skin. If you don't, it's still sitting on top of the skin, and when you apply your foundation, it's going to peel off. The problem with doing that with sunscreen specifically is that you no longer have any protection on your skin anymore. I've heard people say not to wait, and that's a very dangerous narrative. And the reason is when you do not wait, you put on your sunscreen and then you go straight in with foundation, what you're doing is diluting your sunscreen. And you're not just diluting it by 50%. It goes down to becoming almost 5% efficacy from 100% when you do that. We don't want skin cancer out here. We do not want wrinkles. We do not want any of that. So I really, really implore you, especially when you're using sunscreen, to wait for it to dry all the way down. In addition, if you are pilling, do not wear hyaluronic acid underneath your foundation. You don't need it. It's in everything. And it's not gonna make your skin more hydrated underneath your foundation. So I really recommend skipping hyaluronic acid and waiting for your sunscreen to set all the way down, at least 15 minutes. Mistake number 3 is not picking a formula that's right for your skin type. It's very important that you understand what your skin type is, and mature skin is not a skin type. Dry skin is a skin type, oily skin, combo skin, normal skin, those are your skin types. Now, if you are dry, but you are in the mature category, all that means is that you are having aging concerns, because somebody can be mature and 45 and someone can be mature and 65, and those two skin types are not the same. You're obviously going to have more concerns at 65 than you have at 45, but we are always aging, right? So when I think mature skin, I think the ages of 45 and beyond, and each of those decades is going to present completely different issues. So we don't really want to think about the mature skin part as much as we want to think about what our skin is doing in any given condition. Our environment is going to play a role, our skincare, our eating habits, are we hydrated, are we drinking enough water? Those types of things are going to play a role in the look of our skin. But knowing whether you're dry, oily, combo, or normal is going to be the first thing you're going to do. Not all foundations are meant for everyone. When a brand comes out with a foundation, oftentimes they are terrible at educating the public as to who their foundation is for. So try not to get caught up in all of the trendy, shiny new foundations because they may not be right for you. And take influencers' recommendations with a grain of salt. Find influencers that have the same skin type as you when you're listening to their complexion recommendations. Because if you are following a creator with oily skin and she swears by a foundation, but you're dry skin, that foundation may not perform well on you. Now, if you find a dry skin creator and they also like that foundation, then that's a good indication that that foundation is going to work on multiple skin types. But knowing your skin type is the first step in knowing what formulas to choose that are going to be right for you. Mistake number 4 is applying too much product. I often see women wanting to cover up so much on their face, thinking that they need a full coverage foundation and a lot of it, like it's going to be spackle and spackle your face away. And that's just not how it works. The more product you put on, the heavier it is, the more it's going to settle into the lowest lying areas, aka your fine lines, your wrinkles, all of your texture. It's just going to settle in there and it's going to make you look older, and we don't want that. Really, we want our skin to look like skin. So how I prefer to do it and how I recommend people do it is to dot foundation evenly in areas around their face and then go in with a brush and blend it in and start in very thin, light layers. You can always add more should you need it, but it's harder to take away. So you want a little bit of product and it's going to go a lot further on our skin. I did nice light layer of this foundation. Now this foundation is from Maybelline. This is the Lumi Matte 30-hour foundation. It gives a nice medium coverage, but it's very thin and lightweight. This is really great for all skin types, and it's very mature skin friendly. So if you're dry or oily, this is a good foundation for you, and it's lightweight and it's long wear. So it's one of my top favorites at the drugstore at the current moment. But I put a nice light layer. I dotted it around the face very evenly, and then I blended it out with a brush. Now, what I typically do when I'm done with my foundation application is I go over everything with a sponge. The reason I do this is to remove any excess product that is on the skin that doesn't need to be there. It will also get rid of any brush strokes or streaks that you might have on the skin. I usually will tap my brush to avoid that, but if you do go over everything with a sponge, it will take care of that, and you're just basically removing anything extra because we just don't want anything on there that doesn't need to be there. And mistake number 5 is not blending your foundation down the neck. We want to be matching our face to our neck, and I always blend my foundation down the neck to make sure everything looks very seamless. We do not want to cut off here and look like we have a mask. Blend it down the neck always. Always do not forget the neck. And when you are shade matching, make sure you swipe the foundation here on your cheek, and that's how you're going to know if you have the right shade rather than swatching it on your hand. We're not trying to match here, we're trying to match here because this is going to look the most natural. So those are 5 foundation mistakes that make you look older. Let me know if you were committing any of these mistakes. Just changing 1 or 2 of these is going to make a huge difference in your routine. Let me know if you guys were making these mistakes or if you were doing things right already. And let me know what kind of videos or topics you want me to tackle on this page pertaining to women over 45, because those are my people. You guys are my people. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. This tells the algorithm that you like content like this, and it will continue to show you content like this. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.